Hi everybody, hi. Susie here from Helix Baby and Salisbury Sling Library. So today's live, we're carrying on celebrating this week's European Baby Wearing Week. And the theme is the fourth trimester and beyond. So throughout the week, we've been learning about the fourth trimester, and did some demos of some baby carriers and Asian style carriers on Tuesday. Wednesday, Danny then did us a lovely demo of the stretchy wrap and kaboo. Yesterday we had a giveaway. So well done to everybody who won, and thank you everybody for entering. And so today we're moving on to toddlers carriers. And today in particular, I am going to be demonstrating and showing you the NEKO Switch Toddler carrier. Now, this carrier is actually my carrier of the month. And so each month I review a different carrier. And I post it on my website. I post the review on my website, so you can go onto my website, www.helixbaby.co.uk, go to the news, and then there you will find the review of the NEKO Switch Toddler. I also offer a huge 15% discount as well on my carrier of the month for the whole month. So for the whole of May, if you're interested in purchasing a NEKO Switch Toddler, then do it this month because you will get a huge 15% discount. Okay, so I'll just give it a minute before I start showing you the carrier in case anybody else is going to tune in. I think I'm about a minute late or something, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, and then we'll get on with showing you exactly what the carrier does and why it's a little bit special as well. Oh, also, huge, massive shout out I've got to do today. Our wonderful library volunteer, Andy, she gave birth to her beautiful baby daughter just 3 days ago? I just seen a post and she said it was 36 hours. And she posted a beautiful picture of her carrying her in a ring sling already. And it's just wonderful. So massive shout out to Andy. Well done, Mama. And she's absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And I can't wait to see more pictures of her in various different slings as well. So let's get on with this demo. So the NEKO Switch Toddler. Now, this is a slightly different to your average toddler carrier because it's actually an adjustable carrier. Usually, there are lots and lots and lots of adjustable carriers on the market, but they're usually all baby size because babies, obviously, at that age, at newborn, and in your first sort of year or two, they grow so quickly and they change shape so quickly. So lots of carriers have recently been brought out so that you can adjust the carrier so you can fit more perfectly for your growing baby, you see. But then once they get to sort of toddler age, children are a lot more developed. Their muscles are stronger. So if they're not totally perfectly fitted in the carrier, it's not quite so important. But from a comfort point of view, it is very important. And especially when carrying such a heavy child as well, a toddler or preschooler. So you imagine carrying a baby and you've got that lovely knee-to-knee fit. So the weight of the baby is spread evenly across your shoulders and back with that lovely knee, all the way knee-to-knee. But if you haven't got that with a toddler and their sort of knees are sort of hanging over the edge a little bit, it really will make a difference because there will be pull down of their legs sort of trying to dangle each side of the panel, and that will affect the pull on your back and on your shoulders as well. So having a knee-to-knee fit with a toddler is also really, really important from a comfort point of view. You might not be, carrying them for quite so long because, they want to walk all the time and you know, and it's usually at that age, it's sort of lots of ups and lots of downs and, you know, messing about. But, you know, you know, a lot of toddlers still do nap. And if you find that you're napping and they're napping whilst you're carrying them, then you still need to be comfortable, because that could be for a relatively, you know, long period of time. Anyway, so that's the big difference between the NEKO switch toddler and a lot of other toddler carriers, which are generally, they have a fixed panel and they don't, let's stand up, sorry. And you cannot, and there is no adjustment. There might be a few adjustments here and there depending on the brand and depending on the carrier, but generally toddler carriers don't have any adjustment knee to knee or in the length. Okay, and that is the biggest difference between this carrier and most other toddler carriers. So it means that this carrier has a bit, potentially has more longevity in it than your average, you know, fixed panel toddler carrier, because the weight limit for this one is 11 to 22 kilos. Okay, now a lot of the toddler carriers, they do go up to, oh God, I think it's maybe 24 kilos or maybe a bit more, something like that. Hello ladies, tuning in now. So it's not necessarily got the highest weight limit, but a lot of the time the weight limits are far beyond what you'd be able to comfortably and carry and want to carry anyway. So so this carrier, the lower limit is 11 kilos. That is the average weight of an 18-month-old. An 18-month-old usually wouldn't fit in a toddler carrier. We usually say, as a sort of a general rule, once your babe is fitting into 2 to 3 year trousers, that's when they are generally big enough to be able to fit in a toddler carrier. But this one, because it's adjustable, you can start using this a bit earlier. So if you find yourself in a position where either you have a big baby, it could be just that your child is very big and they're starting to outgrow their baby carrier already, or if you're just sort of in between and you've been sort of on and off baby wearing, but you haven't really got a great carrier and babe's about 18 months, but you want something now, you don't want to wait for a toddler carrier, you don't want to buy a baby carrier because you're not going to get much use out of it, then this again is where this carrier can come in. Hello Andy, so Andy, who I was talking about earlier, who's just given birth, well done, she's just tuned in. So NEKO switch, so I will show you how, first of all, it can adjust. Okay, you've probably seen these are poppers. It's really quite simple. They've got one that side and one that side. Okay, all right, you just pop. So I'll show you, I'll put it on the smallest setting so you can see the difference, because that's on the widest setting. That's absolutely huge. I got a knee to knee, a perfect knee to knee fit with my 4-year-old in this. So that's how wide that this carrier can go. I got a perfect knee to knee with a 4-year-old. Okay, and he's average size, average leg, I think. So can you see, you push down to adjust, gather it up, and then you pop back in place. Okay, both sides. Okay, on the smallest setting. So that's all nicely gathered up. All right, same again the other side. Gather that down and pop both sides. You can see that difference and how much it can adjust. It's absolutely huge. Okay, the important thing is though that it's weight tested from 11 kilos. So you might find that your smaller baby, your smaller weighted baby, might fit perfectly knee to knee in that, but just be wary of that weight test. Okay, It's weight tested from 11 kilos. So really you should be waiting until baby's at least 11 kilos, okay, to be able to use this. It also has an adjustment to adjust the height of the panel, okay. So we've just adjusted the width by the poppers, and now you can adjust the height. So you can see it's got a little toggle and a pull cord. You literally just gather it up and that pull cord just goes down to keep that in place. So again, I'll do it on the smallest setting so you can see how small it can go. Okay, there we go. So that's made a massive, massive change to that panel. The width and the height has gone a lot smaller as well. It also has this extra bit here. Now this is for neck support here, okay. You can also pull that in there to adjust. You would do this with baby in to make sure you get the correct and it's stretchy as well, so that will sort of curve around the back of baby's neck and give some really nice support. I can't imagine you'd want it quite that much, but anyway, depends how big small baby is. Okay, but remember, when you put baby in, the panel doesn't want to come up higher than earlobes, and because this is a toddler carrier, you can have it so that the panel comes up to armpits, okay, and that's still safe, okay, but no lower than armpits, okay. Anyway, so you've got all that adjustability to make it really, really small, okay. So from an average 18-month-old baby, because 11 kilos is the average weight for an 18-month-old, okay? So it just means that if you're after a toddler carrier a little bit earlier than what you'd normally, then this could be the sort of the one that sort of fits in the gap, if you see what I mean. Okay, so that's how you adjust. Other features, let's start from the bottom up. This waist belt is lovely. It's soft, but it's really chunky, okay. Can you see that? That is really supportive. I'm a big fan of apron style carriers, like Integra, for example. Doesn't have a waist belt at all. Since I've started carrying my children, now that they're older, both of them, they're 2 and 4 now, and especially the 4-year-old, I've still always carried him in an Integra. Never really tried anything else because that's just always my go-to, and you know. So I tried him in this. I can't believe the difference, actually. It took me a while to sort of get used to having the bulk around my waist, because I'm used to not having any bulk at all, and no waist belt. But because of his extra weight, because he's that much older and bigger, this waist belt really came in handy, because it was able to spread some of his weight around my waist more, rather than just having it all on my shoulders. So again, even if you are used to apron style, no waist belt carriers, then still, you know, when you start to think about a toddler carrier or a preschool carrier, have a go at some of the ones that you probably wouldn't normally choose, that do have a big chunky waist belt, because it really makes a difference. Okay, I obviously have an Integra size 2 and size 3 as well, because they're perfect for packing down really small. But if it's, if you're going for a long walk, or if it's maybe the only carrier you take on holiday, or something like that, then definitely worth think about something with a waist belt for bigger babies. So you've got that lovely chunky waist belt. Excellent. It's really, really adjustable. There's loads of room for adjustment. Okay. So that's absolutely super. And don't worry, because you've got these little elastic bits as well. If you've ever wondered what on earth those sticky out elastic bits are for, they're so you can tidy up your tails. So you see I'm just rolling that up. So you've got all that adjustability, but if you don't need it, You just roll it up, and then you put that elastic around there, and it's all nice and tidy, and it doesn't flap out the way, in the way. Okay, so that's what that is for, if you've ever wondered. Right, I'm going to use my slightly smaller baby. I'm not sure about using my big toddler baby today. We've had a bit of an issue. Poor toddler baby. He needs some TLC. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to use him. I'm just going to have to use my my second biggest baby instead. So I probably won't show you the biggest setting, but I'll show you the small one. So, hold on, have I shown you everything? I'll show you the straps first before I do a demo. So, straps. They are rucksack only with the toddler, okay? Because generally, by the time you get to a toddler carrier, you're generally mostly back carrying because it's more comfortable and it's easier to carry a bigger weight on your back. However, it's still just as easy to use it on your front as well, okay? So it's rucksack only and adjustable. Actually, I think I've lied in my review. I said they were dual adjustments, but actually this particular one isn't. So I don't know whether, I'll have to check this. I don't know whether this is an older model and it isn't dual adjusting, or whether the toddler version is only single adjustments. Sorry. So I will find out and I will correct my review if I'm wrong. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, a dual adjustment, some carriers, actually I've got a baby version here, which I'll just show you very quickly. If you have a dual adjustment on your straps, here we go. It means, first of all, it means that you can sort of undo it, but also it means you can pull that way to tighten, or you can pull that way to tighten. Okay, so it means that you have the flexibility to pull either forward to tighten, or you can pull from the back to tighten. So people who aren't very flexible, for example, they might not be able to reach all the way back there, but they can reach there and they can pull to tighten there. Okay, so it means you've just got that option to pull forward to tighten, or to reach back and tighten downwards like that. It also means that if this buckle is digging in, if you've got big breasts or something like that, and it's digging in, it also means you're able to move. So can you see? I've moved that buckle all the way from there that was digging in to all the way back there, and now it's not digging in anymore. So that's what dual adjustments can offer. This one doesn't have it. Unless the newer models do. So again, I will check. But otherwise, it's just a one pull to adjust and to tighten your straps. Okay. It's got perfect fit adjusters. So when you've got baby on your front, these can be really handy. They can be really, really handy. And you can see the difference. So this one's on the biggest setting. So I've got all that extra space compared to that one. That one's on the tightest. Okay. So for example, if baby is awake on your front and they're up and they're looking around and they're alert, having your perfect fit adjusters loosened gives them a little bit more room to be able to sort of lean back and have a look around. Okay, if they go to sleep, they will be cuddling in. It then means that you can tighten them to have a bit of a tighter fit, more snug fit, and also to protect their head and neck as well. Okay, give them some extra head and neck support. Okay, so they can be really, really helpful. It also helps as well if you are of a petite frame as well. It sort of just smallens the carrier so it can fit you better as the wearer. Okay, so that's what those can do. The only other thing is the chest strap. So chest strap is great. It's fitted so you won't lose it. You've got, it's such a good one actually, because you can tighten it right really, really tightly. I quite often find that I can't, some carriers I found I can't tighten the chest strap enough when I'm back carrying. This one I don't have a problem with at all. You can really tighten that, and there's loads and loads of adjustability in there as well. That is absolutely massive. It also, the chest strap can be adjusted up and down the straps, okay, which is really important because quite often when guys are back carrying, they generally, because they haven't got a waist and because of their shape, they generally don't seem to be able to back carry as high as easily as we can. And quite often when they're back carrying and they get the straps and they put the chest strap together, and it's like garrotting them. So this has got lots of room for adjustability all the way up and down the strap. So hopefully you don't get that problem. Okay, all right. And the only other thing is the hood. Hood is detachable. Some people like that, some people don't. It means it can be pulled off by the toddler and dropped and lost. It means that you can take it away, because if you know your toddler is definitely not going to be napping or sleeping in the carrier while you're out and about, you can just take it off. You don't need it. You can just leave it. But it's also, so if I just pop it on now, 3 poppers, really easy. I'm having a little visit from a little one. So you can see it's a fairly big-ish, I'd say medium-sized hood. And you can adjust it as well. I do like the elastic adjustment. So it's got a toggle and you can adjust it like so. And then when you put it up, you've got the elastic and you've got the little clip there. And it just goes over the clip like that to keep babe's head supported. Okay, these clips also move up and down, so you've got adjustability there as well. Okay, the only problem I have with the hood is it's not big enough. If I was back carrying and I was out on my own and babe fell asleep on my back, I don't have enough adjustability here to be able to reach back and pull it up on my own. Okay, now you can get around that somewhat because you can always clip it on prior to then putting babe on your back. Sometimes it gets in the way, I find, sort of when you're not using it but it's clipped up. But anyway, that's the only sort of issue I think I've sort of got with the hood. But otherwise it's fine, you know, and you might not be using it that much anyway with a toddler carrier. Okay, right, so that is everything that the carrier can do. I'm just going to loosen that a little bit, that one there. Right, and let's do a demo. So I've put it on, I've adjusted it. We might have to readjust it for the baby, so we're going to try and get a good knee-to-knee fit with baby. So we're on the smallest setting at the moment, so we'll put baby in and we'll just see how it is, and then we can adjust it otherwise. Okay, so I've put it on, I've got it nice and snug. There we go. Get my baby. And we put baby into the carrier and bring the panel up. Actually, this is a very small baby, so it's probably best that we have it on the smallest setting. Rucksack straps, remember, so I put one on. And I put the other one on. I reach back, I find that chest strap, which I've made absolutely gigantic. Tighten that a little bit. So remember to tighten, I was saying that, oh, he's a little bit wobbly, he's a little bit skew with, there we go. So to tighten, I've just got that one and that one to pull. Okay, there we go. That's nice. I've got these perfect fit adjusters. I'm just going to pull them tight because baby's gone to sleep. Okay, Now this, I can't think how big this baby is, but as you can see, the knee to knee, there's not a problem with the knee to knee. It's not too bad height wise. I would say it's a little bit too high. Actually, yes, if I pull it up, yes, that's far too high. Okay, so actually this baby is too small for this carrier. So even though I've got a knee to knee fit here, it's too high for my baby. Okay, can you see if I pull it all the way up? I'll take that off actually so you can see. It's far too high for my baby. So even if I was to pull that tighter, it's still too high. It is compromising baby's airway. Okay, so this baby is too small. I'm really sorry. Maybe I will try with toddler whose head's falling off in a minute. But otherwise, that's a nice fit on me. I can tighten that a little bit more. There we go. And that's a good fit. Okay. To take baby out, I do exactly the opposite. So all I have to do is ping that chest strap. And once you've adjusted it to yourself, you don't need to adjust anything. You don't need to adjust the straps again. So once I've taken baby off, taken the carrier off and baby out, if I wanted to put it back on again, it's all perfectly adjusted to me. So it'll be even quicker next time. All I need to do is put my arms in, reach back, clip that, and that's it. I'm ready to go. No adjusting on the next time because I already adjusted it the first time. Okay. So that is putting a baby that's slightly too small in the NEKO switch. If I adjust it slightly, I'll try it with the toddler with the dodgy neck. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Now I don't think that toddler is that big. I reckon we're talking 2 probably. So I'm going to put it on the middle setting, which is that one, I believe. Yeah. So I'm changing it to the middle setting. So I'm unpopping. Hello Felix. Hello Huey. Apparently my children are watching. Hi. Here we are. There we go. So I'm adjusting and re-poppering. There we go. Putting it back on. You might want to readjust the height of the carrier as well. It might take a couple of attempts to get it perfect, okay, because every baby's a little bit different, okay, and you need to adjust both of those before you put baby in. Right, I'm going to try and be super careful with my poorly head falling off toddler. Here we go. There we go. Let's bring that up and let's put the straps on. Your hood on out the way. Oh, totally lopsided. There we go. And I'll reach back and I'll put that chest strap on. Okay. So at this point you might be able to see, right, before I talk about that, knee to knee. That's super. Knee to knee, and you have free movement of the leg below the knee. Okay. There's baby, no problem. With airway, this is where the perfect fit adjusters can come in. If baby's awake and alert and wants to look around, you can give them just that little bit more room there to be able to do that. Okay. There we go. That's a bit better. All right, so that's showing you a bigger baby in the carrier as well. So it doesn't take too long to adjust it, and then once you've got it adjusted, then of course you don't need to adjust it again. Okay, same with you as well. Once it's adjusted, if you're doing a front carry, you can easily put it on again. If you're back carrying, you probably will need to loosen it each time to be able to swing baby round, or whatever method it is that you're using to get baby on your back. I'm being stared Okay, so hopefully that has been very interesting for you. I'm just going to take baby down very carefully. So I've shown you all the ways that it adjusts and how it works. The last thing I'll just say about the carrier is the fabric. It's made with a jacquard weave woven wrap fabric. It's absolutely gorgeous. The difference between a woven wrap and just sort of your average, sort of general, sort of more fixed, stiff fabric carriers is that there's a little bit of give in this material. So you'll see in my review, the pictures of my review, when I've got my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old in the carrier, it gives such a lovely seat because they sort of sit right down into it, and it's just like wearing a woven wrap. You can get such a lovely deep seat with one of these. It's really comfortable, it's really soft, and it's just a lovely material to baby wearing. This particular, sometimes it can be warm if it's particularly thick. This doesn't feel particularly warm at all, and I would say because it's just sort of two layers of that woven wrap fabric, it can be thinner than some of the other average toddler carriers out there. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm getting really distracted by the children. So it's a really, really good fabric, and they come in wonderful colours and patterns. Okay, so again, if that's important to you, which is to a lot of people, what it looks like and what colour, then again, this is a really, really good carrier to have. So this is one of the patterns. I'll show you some other ones. This is a baby size, but just to show you the patterns, I absolutely love this. Anchors and boats on there. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I love that green colour. Some other colours. You've got this is a sort of like a rainbowy, almost sort of leafy sort of pattern there as well. And also, if you're not into such bright colours, they do some really nice paisley as well. So loads of options, and they're really, really beautiful as well. Anyway, so that's me done, I think. So thank you for tuning in. Hopefully it's helpful. And don't forget that the NEKO Switch Toddler is my carrier of the month. So if you're interested in it, go and read my review as well, www.helixbaby.co.uk, and go to click on news, and you'll be able to go and find that review on there. And for the whole of May, I'm offering 15% off. Okay, the code that you need to get 15% off is in the review. So go and have a look at the review, and go and buy. Shop local, please. All right, thank you very much. Take care. Bye.